Hello everyone. So the Sunder charms were added in patch 2.5 to make more builds viable. Before that, because of the monster immunities, most builds in the game were not viable outside of few zones, unless you go hybrid, which will result less damage output. So while the majority of the player base are happy or at least okay with the addition of Sunder charms, there are some other people say Sunder charm make the game too easy, they just dumb down the game, they ruin the game, you filthy casuals need to learn how to deal with immunities. So was Sunder charms the right move to fix immunities? In my honest opinion, the problem is not the Sunder charms. The problem is that skill synergies and monster immunities should never coexist in the first place. As much as we all love D2 in general, the game is not perfect. It never was perfect, not even close. It has many flaws and this is one of them. Synergies by itself is not a problem. You have more than enough skill points to get all the synergies you need for your build. Immunities by itself is not a problem, because you can put points into other skills that is different damage type to deal with it. But when synergies and immunities, when they both coexisting, that's the problem. It's just bad game design. So my level 99 Javazon used to be a hybrid build, 9ing Java and freezing arrow on swap, because I want to be able to kill everything. I respect her to pure Java only after I got the 9ing Sunder charm for her. But before Sunder charms exist, she used to be this hybrid build. It's more difficult to play and I did not use CTA since I was using Javelin and Bow on swap. And that's because I really want to be able to kill everything. I don't want to be run away from things I cannot kill. And I level her all the way to 99 with this hybrid build long before Sunder charms even exist. I had no problem dealing with immunities. However, it just doesn't feel good that my charge strike is much weaker than a pure Javazon's, because I have to put points into freezing arrow and its synergies to deal with the 9ing immutes. I know a pure Javazon with Infinity or Mercenary can pretty much farm anywhere in the game, even without Sunder charm. But from time to time, there will be some elites that immute to both 9ing and physical, and I just cannot do anything. I have to skip them. I have to run away. I know that doesn't happen a lot, but it still bothers me. It just doesn't feel good running away from monsters because you cannot kill them. A strong character should be able to handle any given situation. Same thing for Sorceress. A cold Sorceress with fully synergized Blizzard is really strong. But running away from cold immutes because you cannot kill them just doesn't feel great. If you want to kill cold immutes, then you have to put points into a 9ing or fire skill, and therefore you have to sacrifice your Blizzard's damage output. So it's not that we cannot handle immunities. It's just no matter which way you go, you always end up losing something. Your build just feels incomplete. You just cannot push your build to reach its fullest potential. And it just doesn't feel good. Again, skill synergies and monster immunities should never coexist in the first place. You know, before I was thinking, just remove synergies. Because my nostalgia for D2 is patch 1.09, a part of me just wants synergies to be completely removed from the game and just go back to 1.09, so we can put points into other skills to deal with immunities. But then, when I think about it more, it's just not a good idea to straight up remove a core mechanic in the game that's been around for 20 plus years. It's just unrealistic and simply not an option. And it will probably create a big mess in terms of game balance. Also, if synergy is removed, it's actually not good for build diversity. Because what will happen next is, all paladins will run with Hammer, with Fist of Heaven, with Smite. All sorcerers will run a tri-element build. Everyone will choose Blizzard Nova Fireball or Blizzard Lightning Hydra. Everyone will want a tri-element build for their sorcerers. And if everyone already has a sorceress that has cold, lightning, and fire combined all together, all in one go, what's the point of making another sorceress? I guess that's probably one of the reasons why they added synergies in the first place. Also, it's just not fair for some class because like sorcerers can still use a CTA, but Amazon need to have a bow on weapon swap and therefore cannot use a CTA. So removing synergy is not really a good solution, even if it's an option. And removing immunity straight up is just as bad. So I just cannot think of a better way to fix this synergy and immunities coexisting problem. So yeah, this is why the Sunder charms were added to the game. Personally, I don't see any problem with them. The only thing I might consider if I'm the dev is make the level requirement of Sunder charms higher, like level 85 or maybe even level 90. So then it really is an endgame item. Because at that level, you'll pretty much beat the game in hell, you got decent gears, and you can face roll everything anyway. So it really doesn't matter at that point. But I'm okay with the way they are now, doesn't bother me a bit. And again, D2 was never perfect, far from it. If patch 1.10 never happened back in the day, and 1.09 is the version that people play for the past 20 plus years, and the devs are adding the 1.10 and later version changes right now in D2R, I can guarantee you the number of people saying this will ruin the game will be 100 if not 1,000 times more. I think the only thing they added in D2R I'm not really on board with is probably Mosaic and Metamorphosis, because as we all know, in D2, items do not define builds, but Mosaic and Metamorphosis are required for their particular builds. So this is D3 or D4's mechanic being injected into D2. And Mosaic build, it just really hurts the eye while playing. But that's another topic and I don't want to spend too much time on that in this video. But other than that, overall I think Diablo 2 Resurrected is in a pretty good state right now. Remember, nothing is perfect. Of course, I do want to see melee or physical build in general get buffed. I think that's what Blizzard should do after the addition of Sunder charms. And I do want to see more endgame activities like more than anything else. But let's say even if Blizzard don't add any more updates to D2R and the game is in maintenance mode for the rest of eternity, I think D2R is still in a very good shape. I don't think the existence of Sunder charms, Terror Zones or other change, I don't think they make D2 suddenly not D2. Overall, I think the core of the game still haven't changed. It's still pretty much the same D2 we all love with modern graphics. Anyway, that's just one man's take. Let me know what are your thoughts. Feel free to leave a comment. With that being said, thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.